Introduction. This organization is established as a platform-based multi-actor coordination and agribusiness development system operating under a local NGO framework. Unlike traditional development approach that focus on fragmented and short-term intervention, this organization is designed as a system transformation mechanisms that integrates stakeholders, including government institutions, private sector actors, technical experts, and communities, into a coordinated and functional ecosystems. The platform focuses on transforming livestock and related value chains by addressing structural bottlenecks, improving productivity, promoting commercialization, and enabling inclusive investments. Its design recognizes that sustainable transformation requires simultaneously interventions in coordination, extension services, technology adoption, enterprise development, investment facilitation, and independent performance monitoring. Vision: to build Ethiopia leading integrated agribusiness ecosystem platforms that combine development facilitation, multi-channel and multilingual agricultural media, business and investment coordination, and policy intelligence to transform the livestock and allied value chains. The vision is to create a globally competitive, inclusive, and knowledge-driven agribusiness economy where users, women, professionals, and farmers and pastoralists are empowered as active and competitive participants in domestic import and export markets. Through a strong agri-media and digital knowledge systems, the platform will democratize access to information, investment opportunities, innovation, and market systems, while accelerating employment creation and sustainable economic transformation. Mission: to design, develop, and operationalize an integrated agribusiness ecosystems that connects people, capital, knowledge, technology, and markets through a hybrid institutional model combining development programming, multi-channel and multilingual agricultural media, business and investment facilitation, policy analysis, and innovation-driven enterprise development. The mission is to enable inclusive and scalable enterprise growth across livestock and allied value chains by strengthening the capacity and participation of users, women, professionals, farmers, pastoralists, as active economic actors. In parallel, the organization will deliver high-quality, accessible content across digital, broadcast, and community-based channels to disseminate technical knowledge, market intelligence, and business insights, support evidence-based decision-making, and promote successful agribusiness models while informing policy and improving sector-wide systems. Core values. This organization operates based on the following guiding principles. 1. Inclusiveness and community empowerment. That is promoting active participation and shared ownership of communities as a co-investors and beneficiaries. 2. Partnership and collaborations. Building strong trust-based relationships with public, private, and development partners. 3. Commercial sustainability, ensuring all interventions are market-oriented, scalable, and financially viable. 4. Integrity and accountability, maintaining transparency, professionalism, and responsible governance across all operations. 5th, innovation and quality excellence, promoting continuous improvements through technology adoption, quality assurance, and innovations. 6. Respect for ideas and collaborative thinking, recognizing that innovation emerges from diverse perspectives. This organization promotes an open and constructive idea culture where all contributions are valued as a potential opportunities. This platform encourages active listening, critical dialogue, and the incubation of ideas through structured feedback, inquiry, and refinement process, rather than imposing singular viewpoints. This principle seeks to overcome structural limitation where only dominant perspectives are considered by fostering an environment in which ideas are explored, strengthened, and transformed into viable solutions. 7. Specialization and technical excellence, promoting depth of expertise by encouraging focused specialization across value chains and functional areas. This organization emphasizes the importance of developing and applying high-level technical, managerial, and sector-specific competencies to enable problem-solving, innovation, and efficient system performance within complex agribusiness ecosystems. 8. Competency-based professionalism. This organization upholds a result-oriented approach to professionalism that values both formal education and practical experience, with particular emphasis on applied skills, field-based learning, and demonstrated competence. The platform prioritizes professionals who can translate knowledge into effective actions, solve real-world problems, and deliver measurable results within agribusiness systems. These principles ensure that day-to-day operations are driven by practical expertise while maintaining alignment with established technical standards and continuous learning. Fifth, strategic pillars and objectives of these organizations. Strategic pillars, pillar one, Pillar 1, integrated value chain development and community-based enterprise systems. Establish and strengthen coordinated livestock and agribusiness value chains by organizing producers, supporting community-based enterprise, and developing integrated extension, capacity building, and input market linkage systems. This pillar focus on inclusion, productivity, and commercialization of grassroots and value chain levels. Pillar 2, agri-media, digital knowledge, and multi-channel communication systems. Develop and Develop and operate a multi-channel and multilingual agricultural media ecosystem that produces and disseminates high-quality content through platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, television, radio, and digital applications. This pillar will deliver technical extensions, business education, market intelligence, and storytelling to increase awareness, knowledge access, and sector visibility at sectors. Pillar 3, business coordination, market linkage, and investment facilitation. Facilitate structured market systems by connecting producers, enterprise, and investors, supporting agribusiness startups and small medium enterprises, and developing scalable business models, including anchor firm approaches and co-investment frameworks. This pillar ensures effective participation in domestic, import, and export markets. Pillar 4, policy analysis, market intelligence, and sector advocacy generate advance-based insights through policy research, data systems, and market intelligence to identify systemic bottlenecks and opportunities. This pillar supports policy engagement, institutional alignment, and advocacy to create an enabling environment for agribusiness development. Pillar 5, innovation, technology integration, and enterprise development. Promote innovation by designing and scaling new agribusiness models, integrating digital technologies, and incubating enterprise across livestock value chains. This pillar also focuses on engaging professionals beyond traditional roles and positioning them as active business and investment actors. Strategic objectives. 1. Strengthen, strengthen integrated and inclusive agribusiness value chains to develop efficient, market-oriented, and inclusive livestock and agribusiness value chains by enhancing productivity, coordination, and commercialization, while empowering farmers, pastoralists, youth, women, and professionals as active economic actors. 2. Expand access to knowledge through multi-channel and multilingual agri-media systems to democratize access to technical, business, and market information by delivering high-quality agricultural content across digital, broadcast, and community-based platforms in multiple languages, enabling informed decision-making and wider sector participations. Objective 3. Enhance market linkage and investment mobilization. to facilitate structured market systems and increase investment flows by connecting value chain actors, supporting agribusiness enterprise, and promoting scalable and inclusive business and financing models. Fourth, generate policy insights and strengthen enabling environment to produce evidence-based policy analysis and market intelligence that inform decision-making, address systemic bottlenecks, and support the development of an enabling ecosystems for agribusiness growth. Fifth, promote innovations, technology adoption, and enterprise development to drive innovation and competitiveness by supporting the development and scaling of new agribusiness models, integrating digital technologies, and enabling professionals to actively engage in enterprise and investment activities. Module 6. This organization institutional philosophy for livestock value chain development. Development philosophy and hybrid system approach philosophy. This organization development philosophy is grounded in the recognition that livestock sector transformation requires the integration of multiple institutional systems that have traditionally operated in isolation. Development practice typically spans three interrelated domains: public and donor-driven service delivery, private sector-led commercial enterprise, and social enterprise structures such as cooperatives, community-based organizations. Each of these domains plays a distinct and necessary role within a functioning economic system. Public systems are essential for ensuring equitable access to services, coordination, and regulatory oversight. Private sector actors drive efficiency, innovation, and market expansion through investment-oriented business models. Social enterprises, including cooperatives and unions, enable inclusive participation, collective ownership, and localized economic engagements. In principle, these three domains should operate in a complementary and mutually reinforcing manner. However, within the Ethiopian livestock and agribusiness context, this balance remains constrained. Public systems are often overstretched, limiting their capacity to deliver efficient and scalable services. At the same time, private sector participation in social enterprise structures are insufficiently developed across many value chains. This results in weak commercialization, limited investment, fragmented production systems, and persistent gaps between service provision and market-driven developments. This organization is established as hybrid institutional responses to this structural imbalance. It integrates the strengths of public, private, and social enterprise systems into a unified operational framework. From the public domain, it incorporates coordination, facilitation, and capacity building functions. From the private sector, it adopts investment-driven and commercially oriented enterprise models, particularly through anchor companies, franchising systems, and structured business platforms. From the social enterprise domain, it promotes community participation, cooperative engagement, and inclusive co-investment mechanisms. By bridging these traditionally disconnected systems, this organization creates a hybrid development platform that is both socially inclusive and commercially viable. This integrated approach enables the organization to address public sector inefficiencies, strengthen private sector engagement, and revitalize community-based economic participation simultaneously. As a result, complex development challenges are addressed not through isolated interventions, but through a coordinated system that aligns incentives, resources, and capabilities across all sectors within the livestock value chain ecosystems. Second, market linkage philosophy. The organization's market linkage philosophy departs fundamentally from conventional approach that focus primarily on connecting producers with buyers. While such transactional models facilitate product flow and short-term market access, they don't adequately address the structural requirements for sustainable enterprise development, value chain transformation, and long-term competitiveness. Within this organization framework, market linkage is reconceptualized as an integrated ecosystem functions rather than a terminal market activity. Markets are not treated as endpoints, but as a dynamic systems that depend on the coordinated interaction of land, knowledge, technology, human capital, and finance. Sustainable enterprise emerge not from access to buyers alone, but from the alignment of these interdependent components within a structured business environment. At the core of this philosophy is an integrated development system in which key production and knowledge resources are directly embedded into enterprise operations. Land is repositioned from a passive asset into an active production base through structured arrangements such as lease models, joint ventures, and cooperative investments and anchor company systems. This enables landholders to participate directly in value creation while ensuring efficient utilization of resources across livestock production and agribusiness activities. Extension services Extension services are similarly transformed from traditional advisory functions into enterprise integrated support systems. Technical experts and extension agents operate within a business ecosystems, providing continuous support in productivity improvement, quality assurance, and operational performance. In this model, knowledge is not merely transferred, but actively applied within enterprise system to drive competitiveness. Technology serves as a critical enabler of efficiency, scalability, and transparency rather than being introduced as standalone interventions. Digital tools, mechanization services, fintech solutions, and data-driven systems are embedded within business models and operational processes. This integration enhances enterprise performance while enabling adaptation to evolving market conditions. These core elements, land, extension, and technology, are unified through a business system, which functions as a coordinating mechanisms that converts resources and knowledge into economic value. Land provides the production base, extension delivers capacity and technical knowledge, and the technology enhances efficiency and scalability, while business structures integrate all components into viable enterprise systems. Building on this foundation, this organization this organization expands market linkage into a multi-dimensional system that connects enterprise with four critical resource streams. Market access, ensuring a structured relationship between producers, processors, and buyers. Two, knowledge and technology linkage, connecting enterprise with research, innovation, and extension systems. Three, human capital linkage, linking business with skilled professionals, extension agents, and trainable users. Fourth one is financial and investment linkages, connecting enterprise with investors, financial institutions, and co-investment platforms. Through this integrated approach, market linkage evolves into a comprehensive enterprise development system. Businesses are not only enabled to sell products, but are systematically equipped with the knowledge, skills, capital, and institutional support required for sustainable growth and scalability. In practice terms, this philosophy is operationalized through extension integrated enterprise systems, business development, and investment facilitation services, anchor companies that coordinate branding and market aggregation, and co-investment platforms that link capital with viable opportunities. These mechanisms ensure that all actors within the value chain are aligned within a unified and functional ecosystems. Ultimately, this organization defines market linkage as integrated system of connecting enterprise with markets, land, knowledge, technology, skills, and capital to enable sustainable, scalable, and inclusive livestock value chain development. The third philosophy of trade and investment democratization. This organization philosophy of trade and investment democratization is based on the principle that participation in livestock value chain shouldn't be determined solely by capital concentration or market dominance. In many developing contexts, including Ethiopia, livestock trade systems are often characterized by high levels of market concentration, where a limited number of actors control key nodes of trade due to their access to capital, infrastructure, and market information. This restricts smallholder farmers, pastoralists, and micro entrepreneurs to primary production roles with limited capacity to influence value creation and market outcomes. In response, this organization advances a system-enabled participation model that expands access to trade, investment, and enterprise development opportunities through structured ecosystem design. The objective is to transform livestock value chains into inclusive economic systems where a broader range of actors can participate meaningfully across production, aggregation, processing, and market engagements. This philosophy is anchored in several core principles. First, market systems must enable inclusive participation, allowing smallholders and emerging entrepreneurs to engage not only as producers but also as active contributors to value addition and trade. Second, economic opportunities should be decentralized, ensuring that value creation is distributed across multiple actors and geographic areas rather than concentrated in a few dominant intermediaries. Third, access to investment must be structured and inclusive, enabling participation through tiered financing models, cooperative investment structures, shared ownership arrangements, and platform-based co-investment mechanisms. Fourth, market participation should be enabled through ecosystem infrastructure, including aggregation systems, anchor enterprise, contract production arrangements, and facilitated market linkage platforms. Finally, sustainable inclusion requires capability development, ensuring that producers and entrepreneurs possess the technical, managerial, and informational capacity to operate competitively within structured market systems. Through this approach, this organization introduces a fundamental shift from a capital dominant model to a system driven development model where competitiveness is determined not only by financial capacity but also by access to coordinated systems, shared infrastructure, and integrated value chains. In this model, smallholder farmers and pastoralists transition from passive participants to active economic agents within structured livestock enterprise ecosystems. The fourth philosophy of this organization is professional integration and enterprise participation philosophy. This organization recognizes that one of the critical structural constraints in the development of the livestock sector is the limited direct participation of sector professionals in enterprise development and business operations. In many contexts, including Ethiopia, livestock professionals such as veterinarians, animal scientists, extension experts, and researchers are predominantly engaged in public service roles, academic institutions, or research environments. While these functions are essential, they often operate at a distance from the practical realities of business, resulting in a separation between technical knowledge and enterprise execution. This institutional separation has significant implications for sector performance. Technical knowledge, innovation, and research outputs frequently remain underutilized or insufficiently translated into commercially viable practices. At the same time, livestock enterprises often operate without adequate technical depth, limiting productivity, quality standards, and competitiveness. As a result, the sector experiences a persistent gap between knowledge generation and value creation. This organization defines this gap as a structural challenge and advances a deliberate philosophy of professional integration into enterprise systems. This philosophy is based on the principle that sustainable livestock value chains development requires active and continuous involvement of sector professionals within business ecosystems, not only as advisors but also as participants, partners, and co-investors. Within this organization framework, professionals are repositioned as a key actors in enterprise development, contributing their expertise directly to production systems, quality assurance process, technology adoption, and business management. This includes structured roles for professionals within anchor companies, franchised enterprise, extension integrated business models, and investment platforms by embedding technical expertise within operational systems. Enterprises gain access to continuous knowledge support, while professionals engage in practical value creation and innovation application. Furthermore, this organization promotes mechanisms that enable professionals to participate economically in the sector, including co-investment opportunities, equity participation, performance-based engagement models, and enterprise incubation platforms. This approach creates incentives for professionals to move beyond purely institutional roles and engage in commercially oriented activities without abandoning their technical and development mandates. This philosophy also